What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So good morning and welcome to my channel. First of all, if you're new here, please check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. And also go check us out on Instagram at One Big Impact. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. So today we have some interesting stuff for you. One of my favorite exercises happens to be the deadlift, but I see it being performed in local gyms and also private gyms quite wrong. And there's just some basic, very basic fundamentals to not only pick up your numbers, but also to be able to stay injury free while you're doing this. There are some to-dos and not to-dos. So we're just gonna cover like 4 or 5 quick things and maybe a couple accessory movements that can help you pick up your deadlift. So let's go get started. Okay, so first of all, there's gonna be a lot of different ways that people deadlift, whether it's you have 2 main functions of the deadlift. You have either sumo pull or conventional pull. Conventional pull is going to be your legs together. Sumo pull is going to be more of like a triangular version, aka cheating in my mind. But I'm just kidding. For all you sumo pullers, please don't spam my channel. I apologize. Some of you guys are amazing pullers, and that's because it's cheating. Just kidding. So the couple fundamentals that are extremely important about deadlift is the number one thing for me is pulling from one location to another location is the same thing as driving to a location from another location. What you have to remember is if you're going to go to the mall and you go around, you go back, you go this way, it's going to take you a lot longer than going straight to the mall. So it's the same thing with a deadlift pull. The easiest way from point A to point B is in a straight line. So that's the single most important thing that you have to remember. If you're doing a deadlift, you do not want to do anything but pull in a straight line straight up your body. So let's check it out. So like I said, pulling from point A to point B, meaning you want to pull straight up your body. If I come out here with the weight and I try to pick it up, it's a lot heavier than if I bring it all the way up against my body and pull from there, okay? Another quick tip that I'd like to offer is every single rep needs to look like every single rep and not limited to the last rep. I tell people all the time, my clients, if you're looking for a personal trainer, I am a personal trainer, whether it's online or in person, you have to remember that the last rep has to look just like the first rep. If they start deteriorating, you need to bring the weight down or go slower or work on your form, work on your technique, because there's no reason to be pulling crap pulls unless you're pulling max pulls, and then at that point it may tend to deteriorate, but you're not going to be doing that all the time. So a couple cues that I would like to say is you want to be pulling from midfoot if your body style allows it, okay? What that means is if you're a really big lady, really big guy, and you have a huge midsection, yes, you want to pull from up against your body, but if it's too difficult to get the weight up against your body because of range of motion, because of your stomach being in the way or something like that, and yes, this is a real thing, then you can tend to pull from an outside position. Reason being is because it's going to be right below your shoulders from an outside position. When I pull, I start with a couple quick, easy things. So first of all, I start with the bar about 1 inch away from my legs, my shins. The reason is because as I drop my hips back and my knees shoot forward, I will then touch the bar. If you can see, hopefully you can imagine, you won't be able to see from the angle because of the weight here, but you can see or understand that as I come down, I am touching the bar. Your hands are going to be just on the outside of your legs for conventional, and then try to keep them just straight down if you're pulling sumo. Now I'll pull this from the side and show you. Okay? So from this perspective, as soon as the bar stops moving, I'm 1 inch away. I have a little bit of float there. I drop down, I grab my hand, lock my back in. Now what that means is I want to be bending that bar over my legs, okay? Taking any slack out of anything. You're not ripping the bar off the ground. You're basically As soon as you bend that bar over, you're engaging your lats. There is a tiny bit, you hear that movement needs to be gone by the time you pull. So you pull out that slack just a little bit, not lifting the weight, but lifting the bar, pack your lats, look up, 1, 2, pretend this is my last rep, 3, many people will, and I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm about to do, on their last rep, they will go like this, and they'll just fall apart. It's extremely important that you teach every single rep needs to be like every single other rep. The reason is, maybe it's not a big deal because it's not a lot of weight, but if you get used to doing that and your form falls apart, when you have 400 or 500 pounds on there, it's not going to be good. So drop your back down, pack it, pull your shoulders back, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the last rep, back through it. Or you can release the bar at the top. It depends on what you're focusing on. The important thing that you remember is you don't have to use straps. You don't have to use belts. It depends on your own personal preference, okay? If you're gonna be doing this for powerlifting, I recommend probably about 90% of your actual lifting is not using straps because you need to build up the calluses. If you don't have calluses, there's no way in competition you're gonna be able to hold onto that bar. And if you're doing this for bodybuilding, I recommend 100% using straps because you want to take out your grip out of it and use specifically your back. So let's talk about a couple common errors that I see. The first most common error that I see is going to be like this, okay? Somebody comes up to the bar, they lift it just fine, okay? And then they get to the top and then they curl their arms like this. Do not do this number. You can see it better from this side. Do not do this number, okay? And one that I had not seen till recently is this, okay? Coming up and then shrugging. You're not gonna be able to do that under extreme amounts of pressure, so you don't wanna get in the habit of doing it with lower weight. If you don't get these little things out, then you're going to end up with huge issues later. So work with what you got. Understand, before you come down, if you have an extra large midsection, get your breath, brace your core. If you're wearing a belt, and if you're not wearing a belt, you want to pretend like somebody's going to suck you right in the stomach. You know that feeling when you brace and everything? So your spine, your back is protected by your spine. Your front, you need to create a proverbial spine. So you're pushing like somebody's about to sock you in the stomach, okay? And same thing if you're wearing a belt, you want to do the same thing. You want to brace that core up against that belt. All right, so if you can breathe a full extension breath, do so at the bottom. If you can't because of your range of motion, your stomach's too large, get your breath, come down, grab, pull. 1, drive your hips forward. As soon as you get past the knee, work on snapping those hips forward. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next, sumo pull. This is gonna be different for everybody. Remember, there is a difference between conventional and sumo, but there's no wrong way or right way to do conventional or sumo. I see people with doing consumo. Conventional, that's probably a breed hybrid. Conventional was super narrow. I do it a little bit wider. I see people that have on sumo, their feet are all the way up against the plates. That depends on what works best for you. Now I'll show you my placement and kind of a couple quick tips for placement for sumo, and then I'm gonna let you get going. Also, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I can't cover everything in every single video. Some people are way out here. The reason I don't like to pull so wide is because it makes me super nervous that I'm gonna bring the weights down on my feet. I tend to pull right about here. So as I come down, I have a straight angle, okay? Does that make sense? If you are pulling here and you drop down, you're gonna constantly hit your knees. So if your knees are shooting, or your feet are shooting forward, you're gonna smack your knees every single time. Kick your feet out, if you can see that I just did that. As I drop down, I have sticks here. A lot of people you'll see set up and you'll go, they'll do all weird things or whatever. Basically, just get your arms straight, bring them down, okay? Make sure your hand placement is even on either side of the bar. You're gonna grip, pack your lats, take out the slack, and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. You guys, don't overcomplicate the deadlift. It is my favorite exercise for a lot of reasons. Main reason being, I feel that it's the true test of strength. How much weight can you possibly rip off the floor? Obviously, if you're looking for a more technical lift, one more technical would be squat. But as far as like true test of strength, I feel like the deadlift's the one. That's my favorite exercise. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. I'm sure there's things that I missed. Always, always, always better safe than sorry. Listen to your body. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay on track. #TeamBoo. Have a beautiful day.